The Chitrik Academy is dedicated in loving memory of Rabbi Tzvi Hirsh Chitrik.
Welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to learn from Umid Rebbe, it's the last word on the line, until 3 lines from the bottom, Umi Amar Rabbi Yochanan. In our previous lessons, we had said that Mafkin Azakov, if someone makes something which could cause damage to other people, he puts a place in Rishus Rabbin and makes it Hefker, there's Machoikis between Rabbi Elazar and Rabbi Yochanan. One person says it's Chayiv, the other person says it's Pater. And we had proved that Rabbi Elazar is the one who says that Mafkin Azakov is Chayiv. So seemingly, it means that Rabbi Yochanan holds that Mafkin Azakov will be Pater. This is what we will discuss in today's Gemara. Let us begin. Umid Rabbi Elazar Amar Chayiv. And since we proved that Rabbi Elazar is the one who says that Mafkin Azakov will be Chayiv, so Rabbi Yochanan Amar Pater. Rabbi Yochanan will be the one who says that Mafkin Azakov is Pater. So now the Gemara is going to ask a question. It begins from the word Umi. Umi Amar Rabbi Yochanan Hachi. And does Rabbi Yochanan, in fact, hold that Mafkin Azakov is Pater? Vatnan, we learned in the Mishnah that if a person does one of 4 things, he will be Chayiv. Hamatzniya sakait, if someone hides a thorn in a Rishus Rabbin, vesas chuchis, or a piece of glass, va'goider gidroi bekaitzin, or if a person makes a fence around his house made out of thorns, and the 4th case is v'geder shenafel Rishus Rabbin, or if a person's wall made out of stone falls in Rishus Rabbin, and either of these cases v'huzak behem achar, and someone else gets hurt by them. So the Mishnah says, Chayiv b'niskoi, the owner of this wall, or the person who placed these items in Rishus Rabbin, will be Chayiv, will be responsible to pay the damages to the other person. This is what the Mishnah says. V'amer Rabbi Yochanan, and Rabbi Yochanan had commented that when it says that if a person made a gate, a fence around his house out of thorns, when will he be Chayiv? Lo yishanu, we did not learn that he would be Chayiv, ela b'mafriach. This is only if the thorns are sticking out into Rishus Rabbin. Then he will be Chayiv. Abo mibetzamtzim. But if the thorns were in his own property and not sticking out, Pater, then he will not be responsible to pay for damages. Let's see this on our chart. If a person lived off Rishus Rabbin, he had his house, and he made a fence made out of thorns. So Rabbi Yochanan says, when will he be Chayiv? Let's write this down. When will he be Chayiv to pay for damages? This is only, like in this case, if the thorns are in the actual Rishus Rabbin. His property ends by the yellow line, and the thorns are sticking out into Rishus Rabbin. Then he will be Chayiv. However, if his property actually extends beyond the thorns until here, and therefore the thorns are all in his property, then Rabbi Yochanan says, then in this case he'll be Pater. This is the Mishnah and the statement of Rabbi Yochanan. Let us see what the Gemara is trying to prove from here. Mitzamtzem, my time of Pater. If it's all in his Rishus, what is the reason why he's Pater? Lav mishum dahavle bar b'shusay. Is it not because the bar is in his Rishus? What the Gemara is saying is that seemingly the reason why he's Pater is because these thorns are in his own property, and he's not responsible for damages because it's in his property. Let's continue. Michlal, seemingly from here, Techiyuva de bar, the Rabbi Yochanan holds that when does the Torah say that someone owns a bar, he will be Chayiv, B'Rishus Rabbin hu. This is any time it's in Rishus Rabbin, the person will be Chayiv. Alma, we see from here, Mafkin Azakov Chayiv. The Rabbi Yochanan holds that Mafkin Azakov will be Chayiv. Why? Because the definition of bar is when a person creates a pit in a Reshus Harabim, or places something damaging in a Reshus Harabim, and makes it hefker, it doesn't necessarily belong to him. In such a case, the Torah tells us that he will be chayiv. This, however, if it's in his own property, Rabbi Yochanan says that he would be pater. So mafkin azakav, if a person places something in Reshus Harabim and makes it hefker, Rabbi Yochanan would say chayiv. And this is not like we tried to prove above, that Rabbi Yochanan will hold the mafkin azakav is pater. Again, to explain this, we said according to the Gemara, it seems like the reason why he's pater is because it's in his own property. However, if it was in Reshus Harabim, he will always be chayiv, even if he made it hefker. So this seems like a contradiction to what we said, that Rabbi Yochanan holds the mafkin azakav will be pater. Now we are going to answer. The answer begins over here, by the word loy. The Gemara says loy, no. The reason why Rabbi Yochanan says that if the thorns were in his own property, if the thorns were not sticking out, he would not be responsible, is not because it's in his property. That's not the reason why he would be chayiv. Rather for a different reason. Let's return to our Gemara. Loi, this is not the reason why Rabbi Yochanan says he's pater is not because it's in his own property. Rather, lo'elam emalach mafkin azakav pater. Rabbi Yochanan could hold the mafkin azakav will be pater. Umetzamtzem my time of pater. So why does Rabbi Yochanan say the metzamtzem will be pater? Because we had learned regarding this. Amar Rav Acha, Bred Rav Ika, Rav Acha, the son of Rav Ika, had said, because it's not the common that people should rub against the walls. Therefore he will be pater. Meaning as follows. Rabbi Yochanan says the reason why, if it's not sticking out into Reshus Harabim, it could be it's not his property, but it's not sticking out into Reshus Harabim. The reason why it's pater is because people generally don't rub against the walls of Reshus Harabim. And therefore, the owner who put these thorns over here, these thorn bushes, did not have to think that maybe someone may get hurt, and therefore he'll be pater. However, if it's sticking out into Reshus Harabim, for example, we can add some more thorns. If it's sticking out a lot more into Reshus Harabim that people can walk, in such a case, we will say that he is chayiv. However, in general, mafkin azakav, Rabbi Yochanan will hold that he's pater. And the reason why it's chayiv here is because it's sticking out of Reshus Harabim, and he didn't make it hefker. That's why he'll be responsible. But if he made it hefker, then mafkin azakav will be pater. So at the end of this Gemara, we say that really Rabbi Yochanan is the one that says mafkin azakav pater.